Hello, good morning. Nice to see everybody. Nice to see everybody's face at the same time. It just fills me up. It's great. Good morning, everybody, and everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook. Nice to see everybody. My name is Bruce Day. I'm happy and proud to be your service assistant this morning. Let us begin with a prayer. Great Spirit, in us, through us, and all around us. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this time together to laugh, to love, to worship, to learn, to pray together, to be together in your name. Together, we ask for blessings for all those in harm's way, for all those who are in need of insight, of interpretation of the way this world is. And Lord, most of all, bless the least, the lost, and the last. Amen. So, yay. Glad to be here. I just found out that I'm going to be the platform assistant this morning. But I'll tell you a little story. Jean used to do that on me. I don't know if it was intentional or not, Jean Joyner. When I wasn't up here in more of the service capacity that I am now, Jean used to say, "We don't have anybody for a platform. Would you do it?" Knowing full well that I would say yes and enjoy it and love it. It's just I didn't put out the initiative at the time, and I thank her so much. And now I'm so glad to be here with y'all. And one more thing, you out there in Facebook or YouTube, if you feel a small curl at the corners of your mouth, you will know you're here with us now in this moment, no matter what time you watch the video. Okay. Are we ready for an opening song? Yay. This day Let us affirm unity's foundational principle together. There is only one power, one presence, active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And when we live our principles and embody them and take them in and show everyone how we are a thriving spiritual community here to inspire one another to realize God's love. Centered in the Spirit of God, we see peace, love, and abundance in an awakening world. Life. Sunday, May 3rd, in the year of our Lord 2026. The daily word is life. Let's affirm this together. With joy, I dance in the fountain of life. With joy, I dance in the fountain of life. Observing children playing in a fountain, I hear them laugh as they dart through sprays of water, surprised by sudden geysers. Sunlight turns the wafting mist into prisms of color, a reminder of the same joy and light dance in me. Life can feel like that fountain, fun, but sometimes catching me by surprise. If I resist, I grow weary. But when I move with its rhythm, dodging and laughing and dancing, I feel the pulse of divine life. Even in challenging circumstances, I can regard the spray as refreshment, the soaking as grace. Each of these baptisms becomes an invitation to cleansing, renewal, and awakening, a chance to grow in spirit. As I join in life's dance, I am lifted. Creativity awakens, joy abounds, and I feel fully alive. And the accompanying verse is from Psalms chapter 36, verse 9. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light. Okay, I just had to take that in. Yeah. I was about to have everybody say it together. It's so beautiful. Just the last part. In your light we see light. Eddie, all right. Eddie Watkins Jr. Oh, I forgot.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you.
Okay. There, now I'm on. I've been on for a while. My name is Meridth Eldridge-Matza, and it's my pleasure to be here this morning. And Bruce is right. It's wonderful to look out and see everybody's face. So I invite you to get comfortable in your chair and take a few deep breaths and go with me into this meditation. Now, continue to take some breaths while you picture yourself as a young child. You are filled with happy excitement. You're at the beach, at the ocean. The sky is so blue. The sun is shining bright. You can smell the sunscreen on your skin. The wind is blowing across your face, blowing through your hair. You hear the crashing of the waves. In the distance, the seagulls are crying out, and you can hear yourself laugh. Down the beach, someone's flying a kite. It's so high in the sky. You take a moment, and you put your tongue to your arm, and you taste the salt. You chase the waves as they go out to the ocean, and you run back to the beach as they chase you back. You run and you get your sand pail and your shovel, and you fill the pail with the wet sand, and then you're dumping it to make your castle. And then you wash it away. Then you start all over again. No feeling of frustration, no overthinking. You are just there, feeling the cool, wet sand, watching the waves, feeling the wind, making pictures out of the clouds in the sky, just absorbed in the moment. What a wonderful place to be. Now gently come back to the room, but bring that childlike mindfulness with you. So I'd like to read a little bit of one of my favorite children's story, The Velveteen Rabbit. So here once was a velveteen rabbit. In the beginning, he was really splendid. He was fat and bunchy, as a rabbit should be. His coat was spotted brown and white, and he had real thread whiskers, and his ears were lined with pink satin. On Christmas morning, when he sat wedged in the top of a boy's stocking with a sprig of holly between his paws, the effect was charming. There were other things in the stocking, nuts and oranges, a toy engine, chocolate almonds, a clockwork mouse. But the rabbit was quite the best of all. For at least 2 hours, the boy loved him. And then aunts and uncles came to dinner, and there was a great rustling of tissue paper and unwrapping of parcels and the excitement of looking at all the new presents. The Velveteen Rabbit was forgotten. For a long time, he lived in the toy cupboard or on the nursery floor, and no one thought very much about him. He was naturally shy, and being only made of velveteen, some of the more expensive toys quite snubbed him. The mechanical toys were very superior. They looked down upon everyone else. They were full of modern ideas and pretended they were real. The model boat, who had lived through 2 seasons, had lost most of its paint, caught the tone from them, and never missed an opportunity of referring to his rigging in technical terms. The rabbit could not claim to be a model of anything, for he didn't know that real rabbits even existed. He thought they were all stuffed with sawdust like himself, and he understood that sawdust was quite out of date and should never be mentioned in modern circles. Even Timothy, the jointed wooden lion, who was made by the disabled soldiers and should have had broader views, he put on airs and pretended he was connected with the government. Between them all, the poor little rabbit was made to feel himself insignificant and commonplace. And the only person who was kind to him at all was Skin Horse. The Skin Horse had lived in the nursery longer than any of the others. He was so old that his brown coat was bald in patches, and he showed the seams underneath, and most of the hairs in his tail had been pulled out to string bead necklaces. He was wise, for he had seen a long succession of mechanical toys arrive to boast and swagger, and by break their mainsprings and pass away. And he knew that they were only toys and would never turn into anything else. For nursery magic is very strange and wonderful, and only those playthings that are old and wise and experienced like the Skin Horse understand all about it. "What is real?" asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side near the nursery fender before Nana came in to tidy the room. "Does it mean having things like buzzing inside you or a stick-out handle?" "Real isn't how you are made," said the Skin Horse. "It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really love you, then you become real." "Does it hurt?" asked the rabbit. "Sometimes," said the Skin Horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt." "Does it happen all at once like being wound up?" he asked, "or a little bit by little bit?" "It doesn't happen all at once," said the Skin Horse. "You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't often happen to people who break easily or have sharp edges or have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to the people who don't understand." "I suppose you are real," said the rabbit, and then he wished he had not said it, for he thought Skin Horse might be sensitive, but the Skin Horse only smiled. "The boy's uncle made me real," he said, "and that was a great many years ago. But once you are real, you can't become unreal again. It will last for always." The rabbit sighed, and he thought it would be a long time before this magic called real would happen to him. He longed to become real, to know what it felt like, and yet the idea of growing shabby, losing his eyes, whiskers, made him rather sad. He wished he could become it without all these uncomfortable things happening to him. There was a person called Nana who ruled the nursery. Sometimes she took no notice of the playthings lying about, and sometimes for no reason whatsoever, she went swooping about by a great wind and hustled them away in cupboards. She called this tidying up. And the playthings all hated it, especially the tin ones. The rabbit didn't mind it so much, for wherever he was thrown, he came down soft. One evening when the boy was going to bed, he couldn't find the china dog that always slept with him. Nana was in a hurry, and it was too much trouble to hunt for china dogs at bedtime. She simply looked about her, and seeing the toy cupboard door stood open, she made a swoop. "Here," she said, "take this old bunny. He'll do to sleep with you." And she dragged the rabbit out by one ear, and she put him into the boy's arms. That night, and for many, many nights after, the Velveteen rabbit slept within the boy's bed. At first, he found it rather uncomfortable, for the boy hugged him very tight, and sometimes he rolled over on him, and sometimes he pushed him so far under the pillow that the rabbit could scarcely breathe. And he missed, too, those long moonlight hours in the nursery when all the house was silent and his talks with Skin Horse. But very soon he grew to like it, for the boy used to talk to him and make nice tunnels for him under the bedclothes that he said were like the burrows where real rabbits lived. And they had splendid games together in whispers when Nana had gone away to her supper and left the midnight light burning on the mantelpiece. When the boy dropped off to sleep, the rabbit would snuggle down close under his little warm chin and dream, with the boy's hands clasped close round him all night. So time went on, and the little rabbit was very happy, so happy that he never noticed how his beautiful velveteen fur was getting shabbier and shabbier, and his tail had become unsewn, and all the pink rubbed off his nose where the boy had kissed him. Spring came, the long days in the garden, for wherever the boy went, the rabbit went too. He had rides in the wheelbarrow, picnics on the grass, lovely fairy huts built for him under the raspberry canes behind the flower border. And once when the boy was called away suddenly to go out to tea, the rabbit was left out on the lawn until long after dusk, and Nana had to come and look for him with the candle because the boy couldn't go to sleep unless he was there. He was wet with dew and quite earthy from diving into the burrows the boy had made for him in the flower bed. And Nana grumbled as she rubbed him off with the corner of her apron. "Oh, you must have your old bunny," she said. "Fancy all that fuss for a toy?" The boy sat up in bed and stretched out his arms. "Give me the bunny," he said. "You mustn't say that. He isn't a toy. He is real." When the little rabbit heard that he was happy, for he knew that what Skin Horse had said was true at last. The nursery magic had happened to him, and he was a toy no longer. He was real. The boy himself had said it. That night he was almost too happy to sleep, and so much love stirred in his little sawdust heart that it almost burst. And into his boot-button eyes that had long ago lost their polish came a look of wisdom and beauty, so that even Nana noticed it the next morning when she picked him up and said, "I declare, if that old bunny hasn't got quite a knowing expression." There's more to the story, but I'm going to let you go home and read it. So let's look at becoming real as a spiritual awakening. In unity thought of real doesn't mean physical. It's aligning with divine truth. The Skin Horse idea that love makes the rabbit real, I think would have resonated with Charles Fillmore, Unity founder. As process as awakening to one's true spiritual identity. The rabbit isn't made real from the outside. he realizes his realness through love. Charles Fillmore taught that truth is already within us. We just come to recognize it. Charles Fillmore also emphasized divine love as active, created power. In the story, the boy's love for the rabbit would symbolize the action of divine love, awakening in dormant life. In this view, love isn't just emotional, it's a metaphysical energy that calls forth reality from appearance. Let's consider shedding the false self, all those appearances. As the rabbit becomes worn and shabby, do you think this would represent the shedding of attachments to outer appearances, or the material sense of self? Well, we know that in unity teachings that the outer form is temporary, but the inner spiritual identity is eternal, divine, and inherently good. So then, the rabbit's worn condition is actually evidence of spiritual progress, not decline. So, let us consider the role in consciousness in healing and transformation. The moment when rabbit is nearly discarded could symbolize a crisis point. Charles Fillmore may consider this a need for a shift in consciousness. Transformation happens not through external rescue alone, but through inner change. The nursery magic fairy, well, maybe that represents divine mind or higher consciousness, responding once the rabbit has reached a certain level of realized love. So, can we use the story of the Velveteen Rabbit as a metaphysical parable? This story seems to go far beyond its surface as a sentimental children's story. And at its core, it's about teaching us that through love, beginning with ourselves, we awaken to our true divine nature. That outer conditions fall away as inner truth is realized, and that it is what is real is ultimately spiritual, not material. So, this might be a short service, but thank you. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to be here with you this morning, and may you all continue to love the real you. Thank you.
I see you in all your wonder and your radiance, and I know who you are. Yes, I know who you are. You're the light of God. You're the light of God. I know you struggle, I know you're in pain, in ways I'll never understand, but I won't go away, come sunshine or rain, I'll be there, holding your hand. I see you in all your wonder and your radiance, and I know who you are. Yes, I know who you are. You're the light of God. You're the light of God. We all need help. We've all been in fear. Sometimes we just cannot see. When the song of your soul is too faint to hear, will you listen to me? I know your name. I know your light. When you're lost out in the darkness, will you trust my sight? Trust me, I see you in all your wonder and your radiance, and I know who you are. I know who you are. You're the light of God. You're the light of God. You are the light. You're the light of God.
Now, would the ushers come forward, please? There, I'm back. Together, we'll bless our tithes and offerings. Together, divine love flowing in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Our prayer box. Through this box travels the prayers of our church family and those who come in to visit us. And it's part of the dance of life. Prayer and devotion and thanksgiving and love. Go there and pass through and go to Unity Village and are prayed over after our prayer chaplains pray on it for 30 days. It goes to Unity Village and 24/7 prayed for another 30 days. So there's a lot of energy, our energy, that starts this little seed growing and at the right and perfect place and time, bearing its fruit. Let us bless our love offerings. Let us bless our prayers. Dear Lord, thank you. We are most grateful for this box and the avenue of our spirit to your spirit, that we may create a world that is better for all. Amen. I see no children. I see no visitors. Visitors? Any visitors? Just the fam today. Good, good. Let us bless all the children of the world. Childhood itself. I don't remember all the words. We love you. We bless you. We hold the light in you. We behold the Christ in you. We love you, bless you, hold the Christ in you. That was a blessing for all the visitors online. That came to us. And this is the dance of life. This is life. We observe that the visitors online needed our blessing. And it came through. Somebody out there, we bless you. And we behold the Christ in you. And now the children too. We love you. We appreciate you. We see you loved, guided, and protected. And we empower you to do great things. Yay. Announcements. Do I have announcements here? I must read. We have the prayer circle at 11 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I know that is always there. Announcements. The chaplains will meet today, fourth Sunday of the month. This is not the fourth Sunday of the month. Maybe that's from last week. Jim, it's your chance to call a meeting, yes or no? No. Okay. Prayer circle begins Wednesday at 11 a.m. to noon to pray for peace around the world. It's needed. Worthy effort. I hope they feel us, because we're sending out the ripples. The gathering circle also continues this Wednesday from 12:30 to 2. All are welcome for a time of prayer, meditation, and group discussion. And that's a great circle too. I go to that circle every Wednesday. And it leaves me transformed by the renewing of my mind. Yeah. That's Romans 12 too, if anybody doesn't know it. And any other announcements? Anything for the good of the church? Seeing none. We are ready for the peace song and the prayer for protection. So let us gather together, hold hands, get that connection. Yeah. We'll get a connection.
Come on down.
Everybody no one has long arms. Everyone needs to be comfortable in connection. Here we go. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, family all are we. with my family in perfect harmony. Let this begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Right now, Michael. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. Thank you, everybody.